She was catfished out of her unborn baby. Mom of 3, Ashley Bush, was almost 8 months pregnant with her 4th when she got in the car with a new friend, a woman she'd met on Facebook, someone she knew as Lucy. Ashley thought Lucy had hooked her up with an introduction and a ride to a job interview. But she and the baby girl in her womb were never seen alive again. This is the story detectives pieced together. Thanks for taking a few minutes to get caught up with True Crime Recaps. I'm Chris. The last time Josh Willis saw Ashley Bush alive, she was in the passenger seat of a tan pickup truck. He was supposed to be picking up his pregnant fiancée after her job interview. Instead, the woman behind the wheel just glanced at him and kept driving. Now let's rewind to September 6, 2022. A Facebook profile in the name of Amber Waterman posts a blurry picture of a sonogram with the words, "I need some encouragement, guys. The closer time gets, the more doubt I can do this alone." Almost 2 months later, 42-year-old Amber Waterman is up late on a Tuesday night setting up a new Facebook account. But the name on the page isn't Amber. It reads, Lucy Borrows. Lucy writes up a public post that says, "I have a bunch of baby items if any moms-to-be need them." It didn't take long for Lucy and Ashley to start chatting through a Facebook group for moms. Ashley was almost 8 months pregnant with her 4th child, a little girl she and Josh had already named Valkyrie Grace. And she was hoping to land a job that let her work from home. As luck would have it, Lucy thought she might be able to help. The women made plans to meet in person and talk about it at a public library in Gravette, Arkansas on Friday. The conversation seemed to go well. Lucy messaged Ashley later that night with good news. Her boss at Conduent agreed to interview Ashley on Monday, October 31st at 9 a.m. Conduent is well known for its work-from-home jobs. Lots of moms end up working in customer service and other roles for the massive company. It's a primo work-from-home gig. And with Lucy recommending her, well, you can't beat a personal connection. With 3 little ones at home and baby Valkyrie on the way, the money would really come in handy, especially since she could earn it from home. How lucky was she to have met Lucy so randomly on Facebook? The woman seemed so eager to help out. Around 11 p.m. on Friday night, Lucy messaged Ashley again. If Josh would drop her off at the handy stop in Maysville Monday morning, she'd happily give her a ride to the interview in Bentonville, only about 30 minutes away. Plenty of time for her to land the job, then go home and get the kids dressed for Halloween trick-or-treating that night. Yes, things were definitely looking up, except it was all a lie. They just didn't know it yet. As planned, on Monday morning, Josh watched Ashley climb into Lucy's tan pickup truck in the handy stop parking lot and driveway. Hours later, around 3 p.m., he got the text he was waiting for. Ashley was on her way back. Could he meet her and Lucy at the same spot? So there he was, waiting to hear all about his fiance's interview, when Lucy drove right past him and headed north on the highway with the mother of his children in the truck next to her. First, he didn't know what to think. He called Ashley, but it went straight to voicemail. He chased after the truck, but it was already out of sight, so he kept calling and calling. Ashley never picked up, but he did manage to track down her phone. He found it on the side of the highway, half a mile from the handy stop. Still trying to understand what was happening, he called Conduent, hoping to get in touch with Lucy, but they didn't have any employees by the name of Lucy Borrows. So, who was the woman with his wife? At the same time Josh was trying to find his pregnant fiancée, emergency services were trying to save a newborn baby girl just across the state line in Missouri. But they couldn't revive her, and she was taken to a nearby funeral home. The couple on the scene, Jamie and Amber Waterman, appeared distraught. Later, the coroner would tell CNN the Watermans claimed Amber was a week past her due date and was having contractions that morning. He also said she claimed she gave birth in their truck, but refused to be taken to the hospital. Meanwhile, Josh Willis was doing his best to reassure their 3 kids that mom would be home soon, even while he reported Ashley missing. Luckily, he had found Ashley's phone. The phone history led police to Lucy's Facebook account. From there, they got her IP address. That gave them a street address in Pineville, Missouri, the home of Amber and Jamie Waterman. When they showed up on their doorstep with more than a few questions, the Watermans told them Amber was home with her son and another young family member for most of the day. And they didn't know anyone named Ashley Bush. But Lucy Burrows? Now that was a name Amber recognized. She used to work with her at Walmart, she said, but it had been a while since she last saw her. As detectives did a quick look around the place, they noticed blood in Amber's tan pickup truck. The couple explained she went into labor in the truck the day before, but the baby was stillborn. There was a lot of unanswered questions and even more suspicion, but the blood was something they could check out. The truck, they told her, was coming with them down to the station. It was just before dawn on Wednesday, November 2nd, when they left the Watermans alone on their property. Hours later, at 1 p.m., Amber and Jamie and a small handful of their family showed up at the local funeral parlor. They were holding a memorial for the beautiful stillborn baby girl they had named Dakota. When the service was over, they expected the body to be cremated, but the Arkansas police had something else in mind. An autopsy. And they were going to take DNA samples. At this news, Jamie ran out of the funeral home. The next day, police were back at the Waterman house, this time with the FBI. While teams searched the property, detectives paid a visit to Jamie at work. And this is the shocking story he told them, according to court documents. Amber made a confession after police left their house around 5 a.m. that Wednesday. She told him she killed Ashley. Well, not her. She backtracked. It was Lucy who did it. The body was under a blue tarp next to their boat, parked a short distance away from the house. He described the way Amber took off Ashley's ring. He described how he helped her roll the body onto the tarp and drag it to the fire pit in the backyard. She wanted gasoline to douse it with, he said, so he went to get the oil he used on his chainsaw. Before too long, the body was up in flames. Amber was collecting wood to add to the fire, while he dragged a small couch over. He thinks Amber pushed it into the blaze too. It burned strong for at least an hour before she got a garden hose and put it out. But the body wasn't destroyed. With his help, Jamie said they got Ashley onto the bed of his truck and took her to a secluded spot not all that far away from their house. When he led detectives there, her remains were just where he said they left her. Police believe she died from a gunshot, but whether or not she was killed before or after the baby was taken from her womb is still being determined. In the meantime, Amber and Jamie were arrested and charged. Amber with 2 counts of capital murder and kidnapping. The Arkansas prosecutor is seeking the death penalty. Jamie is charged as an accessory after the fact. This case is still developing.
And that's your recap.
Thanks for hanging out with us today.
If you like getting all the crime in half the time, go ahead and tap that subscribe button and the bell so you never miss a story.
We're here Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, but don't go away. Catch up on more recaps right here, right now.
Until next time, take care.